Strengthening Faith 22. In a narration found in Jami' at-Tirmidhi, number 2306, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, advised Muslims to hasten in performing righteous deeds before 7 things occur. The first is overwhelming poverty. This can refer to financial difficulties which distract a person from the obedience of Allah, the Exalted, which involves fulfilling His commands, refraining from His prohibitions, and facing destiny with patience according to the traditions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. In addition, stressing over wealth can even push one towards the unlawful. A Muslim should remember that any righteous deed rooted in the unlawful will be rejected by Allah, the Exalted. This has been warned in a narration found in Sahih Muslim, number 2342. Allah, the Exalted, has allocated provision for the entire creation over 50,000 years before He created the heavens and the earth, according to a narration found in Sahih Muslim, number 6748. Therefore, a Muslim should trust that their lawful provision will reach them, as long as they continue to strive for it in lawful ways, according to the teachings of Islam. A Muslim should remember that Allah, the Exalted, chooses what is best for His servants according to His infinite wisdom. He does not give according to someone's desires, as this will most likely lead to their destruction. Chapter 2 Al-Baqarah, verse 216.
But perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you. And Allah knows while you know not.
And chapter 42 Ash-Shura, verse 27.
And if Allah had extended excessively provision for His servants, they would have committed tyranny throughout the earth. But He sends it down in an amount which He wills.
Finally, this part of the narration also indicates the importance of using one's excess wealth in ways pleasing to Allah, the Exalted, before a time comes when they may want to give charity but may not be in the right financial position to do so. The next thing mentioned in the main narration under discussion is that Muslims should hasten in performing righteous deeds before they become distracted by wealth. Wealth itself is not evil, but depending on how one obtains it and uses it, can either make it a great blessing for them or a great burden for them in both worlds. If a Muslim strives to obtain excess wealth while neglecting their duties to Allah, the Exalted, and people, and hoard or misspend their wealth, it will become a great curse for them in both worlds. Chapter 20 Taha, verse 124.
And whoever turns away from my remembrance, indeed he will have a depressed, i.e. difficult life, and we will gather, i.e. raise him on the day of resurrection blind.
But if a Muslim obtains enough to fulfill their needs and the needs of their dependents without excessiveness, waste or extravagance, and uses their blessings, such as wealth, in other ways pleasing to Allah, the Exalted, then they will achieve true richness in both worlds. Chapter 16 An-Nahl, verse 97.
Whoever does righteousness, whether male or female, while he is a believer, we will surely cause him to live a good life, and we will surely give them their reward in the hereafter according to the best of what they used to do.
The next thing mentioned in the main narration under discussion which prevents righteous actions is a debilitating sickness. This is a warning to make use of one's good health before they encounter sickness. One should observe those who have lost their good health, either through sickness or through aging, and therefore make use of the good health they possess, by striving to gain success in both worldly and religious matters, while giving priority to religion over the world. For example, a Muslim should use their good health to journey to the mosques regularly, in order to offer their obligatory prayers with the congregation, before a time comes when they desire to do this, but do not possess the physical strength to do so. The amazing thing about utilizing one's good health correctly is that when a Muslim eventually loses it, Allah, the Exalted, will continue to grant them the same reward they used to receive when doing good deeds during their time of good health. This has been advised in a narration found in Imam Bukhari's Adab al-Mufrad, number 500. But those who live in heedlessness and fail to utilize their good health will receive no reward during their good health or when they fall sick. This is connected to the next thing mentioned in the main narration under discussion, namely, senility. A Muslim should make use of their youth and strong intelligence before they reach senility. This includes gaining and acting on knowledge and using one's mental strength to obey Allah, the Exalted, by fulfilling His commands, refraining from His prohibitions, and by facing destiny with patience according to the traditions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. This will ensure they use the blessings they have been granted in ways pleasing to Allah, the Exalted. One should not delay in this by believing they can learn and act on Islamic knowledge when they are older, as there is no guarantee they will reach older age. In addition, even if they do reach elderly age, it will be difficult for them to learn Islamic knowledge, as the prime age to learn is when one is younger. Finally, even if they manage to gain Islamic knowledge in older age, it will be harder for them to implement the knowledge, as older people become more easily accustomed to their habits, and they therefore find it harder to change their behavior positively. Therefore, one must not delay using their mental strength to learn and act on useful knowledge while they are younger. Finally, it is important to behave in this manner before senility occurs, as even the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, sought refuge from senility in a narration found in Sahih Bukhari, number 6390. The next thing mentioned in the main narration under discussion which prevents righteous actions is a sudden death. Death is certain, but the time is unknown. A Muslim should not live in heedlessness, believing that their death is far away, as countless people have and will die long before reaching their life expectancy. Nor should they live in such a way, as if they are not going to die at all. Having hopes of a long life can be considered the root of all evil, as it causes one to delay performing righteous deeds, believing they can always perform them tomorrow. It causes them to delay sincere repentance, as they believe they have plenty of time to change for the better. And having hopes for a long life causes one to prioritize obtaining worldly things, such as wealth, in order to make their expected long life on this earth comfortable. These things prevent one from preparing adequately for the hereafter, which involves using the blessings one has been granted in ways pleasing to Allah, the Exalted. Muslims should therefore reduce their hope for a long life, so that they change for the better, and direct their focus to the permanent hereafter. Muslims should not delay, and instead act today, as the tomorrow they hope for may never arrive. A wise person does not prioritize preparing for a day they may never reach, such as their retirement, over practically preparing for the day which they are guaranteed to experience, such as the day they will die. In addition, they should also strive to perform the righteous deeds which will benefit them in case their life ends unexpectedly, such as an ongoing charity, which benefits the donor as long as the charity continues to benefit others. This has been advised in a narration found in Jami' at-Tirmidhi, number 1376. The next thing mentioned in the main narration under discussion is the arrival of the Antichrist. This event will prevent one from performing righteous deeds and instead tempt them towards disbelief. One lesson to learn from this is the importance of avoiding doubtful things. Just like a person who journeys close to a border is more likely to cross it, similarly, a Muslim who is surrounded by temptations will more likely be led astray and fail to perform righteous deeds. The one who avoids places and things which tempt them to commit sins will protect their faith and honor. This has been advised in a narration found in Jami' at-Tirmidhi, number 1205. Muslims should therefore guard their faith by avoiding things, places and the people who invite or tempt them towards the disobedience of Allah, the Exalted, and ensure their dependents, such as their children, do the same. The final thing mentioned in the main narration under discussion, which prevents one from performing righteous deeds, is the final hour. This is when the trumpet blast will occur. The trumpet blast will lead to the death of the creation. This has been confirmed in a narration found in Sahih Muslim, number 7381. The important thing to learn is that this is a call which no one can or will reject responding to. It will lead to the resurrection and final judgment. Therefore, Muslims should respond to the call of Allah, the Exalted, through the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, through sincere obedience by fulfilling the commands of Allah, the Exalted, refraining from his prohibitions, and by facing destiny with patience according to the traditions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Chapter 8 and Anfal, verse 24.
O you who have believed, respond to Allah and to the Messenger when he calls you to that which gives you life.
This will ensure they use the blessings they have been granted in ways pleasing to Allah, the Exalted. Whoever responds positively to this call in this world will find the final call easy to endure and respond to. Whereas, the one who lives heedless to the call of Allah, the Exalted, in this world, will not find peace in this world, and they will be forced to answer the call of the trumpet, which will be a great burden for them to endure and respond to. A person can only ignore the call of Allah, the Exalted, for so long as the final call will occur, sooner or later, and no one will be able to avoid or ignore it. If this is inevitable, it makes sense that one responds to it now, today, instead of living in heedlessness. If one hears the trumpet blast while heedless, no action or regret will benefit them, and what comes after for this person will be even more terrifying. Over 400 free ebooks, audiobooks, infographics, podcasts and blogs available on our website, www.shakepod.com.